Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the future of Xbox, and we're doing it through the eyes of someone who was there right at the start, Laura Fryer.
Right, one of the founding members. She was like really instrumental back then. I mean, she even made that light version of Windows for the first console, kind of behind the scenes.
Exactly. So, when she talks about Xbox now, people listen, and she has some pretty strong words about their current Xbox Anywhere strategy.
The whole idea of getting Xbox games everywhere, PCs, phones, consoles.
Yeah, she called it chaotic, even style with no substance. So our mission today is to kind of unpack that. Is Xbox losing its way or just changing? And what does it mean for you, the player?
Okay, so Fryer's main issue seems to be this constant pivoting. And connected to that, a struggle to get those big must-have killer games out the door consistently.
Yeah, and you can see what she means, right? It's not just like an abstract feeling. We've seen actual examples. Think about the closure of Tango Gameworks, the Hi-Fi Rush folks. That was sudden.
Definitely a shock. And then there's shifts in Game Pass itself, like new tiers where maybe you don't get day one first-party games anymore.
Right, which was a huge selling point.
Exactly. And now we're seeing first-party games like The Outer Worlds 2 potentially launching at $80.
That changes the value proposition for sure. So besides the business shifts, what about the games themselves? Her critique of the shipping culture.
Well, that ties right in. I mean, look at some key upcoming games. You've got State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark, Fable. These have been cooking for, what, 5 years plus?
Wow, that long.
Yeah, and release dates are still kind of fuzzy or they've been pushed back. It suggests maybe there's a tension there. They acquire all these studios, but getting them to deliver consistently, it's complex.
So for you, the gamer, that might mean waiting longer for those big exclusives.
Potentially, yeah. A slower pipeline than you might expect.
Okay, so if games are facing delays, what about the actual Xbox box? Fryer had thoughts on hardware too, right?
Yeah.
Especially things like the ROG Ally.
Oh, yeah. She seemed pretty puzzled by it. Called it, again, style with no substance. Her point was that it won't play native Xbox console games, only PC games.
And that led her to a pretty big declaration.
It did. She basically said, Xbox hardware is dead.
Dead. Wow.
Yeah, interpreting partnerships like the Ally as a slow exit from the hardware business completely.
Okay, but is that actually fair? What is the ROG Ally, technically?
Well, okay, let's clarify. The Ally is a Windows 11 gaming TC, so it plays PC games natively. You can play Xbox console games on it, but that's through, like, cloud gaming or remote play, not natively installed, like, on a console.
Ah, okay. So it's a PC that can access the Xbox ecosystem, not really an Xbox console replacement.
Pretty much, and that challenges the whole hardware is dead idea, too. I mean, yes, Xbox console sales are down compared to competitors, but Microsoft also just announced this big multi-year deal with AMD.
For chips, right.
Yeah, chips specifically for future hardware endeavors, including, and they said this, a next-gen Xbox console.
So not exactly dead then, more like evolving.
Seems like it. Maybe hardware becomes just one way to access Xbox, among many others.
It makes you wonder about Fryer's perspective then. Why such a strong stance?
Well, you have to remember her history. She said she feels like she's watching all of the value that I helped create slowly get eroded away. It doesn't sound like sour grapes, more like, genuine concern from someone deeply invested, even if she has her own biases, like against Windows maybe.
A founder seeing their baby grow up differently than expected.
Exactly. And her view taps into Microsoft's bigger strategy, right? It's clearly software and services first.
Right.
Game Pass, cloud gaming, get it on every screen possible.
The whole Netflix of gaming ambition.
That's the one. But the challenge for Xbox is, how do you do that? Be everywhere, but still keep a strong brand. Still deliver those unique, compelling games that make people choose Xbox.
That's the multi-billion-dollar question, I guess. More ways to play for you, the gamer, potentially.
But maybe at the cost of that distinct console identity and those guaranteed first-party blockbusters appearing day one on Game Pass like they used to.
So as Xbox nears its 25th anniversary, it feels like it's really grappling with what it wants to be. Is the hardware truly dead, like Fryer suggests, or is it just changing shape, becoming part of a much bigger picture? And what does that shift mean for your gaming life going forward? Something to think about.